What is up, guys? So I've got my ABC deck profile for you here today. ABCs are such an interesting deck. They lost a lot of strength because Dragon Buster went down to 1 at the start of Master Rule 5, which I still don't think they deserved. But in any case, I feel like the deck still has a lot of potential, even with only one Dragon Buster. One of the real strengths of this deck as well is I think that it's got a lot of 1.5 and 2.5 really efficient combos that just loop, and so as a result it's very easy to shove a lot of hand traps in. I play this as a going second deck because I do genuinely think that is the best way to play the deck, but I'm going to quickly get into that deck profile for you guys. So we start off with 3 Buster Drake, 2 Crush Wyvern, and 2 Assault Core. I used to play all of these at 3, but after looking at some other people's lists, I saw people doing this 3-2-2 ratio, and I definitely have to admit it is a lot better. Buster is the one you want to see because it searches from the deck. Crush only special summons from the hand, and Assault only special summons from the graveyard. So they're nice once you've got them, but to start off with, you don't really need them as much as you need Buster, which is why he's the best to have straight away. But these are all really good cards, obviously going to be facilitating the fusion summon of your boss monster. Moving on, I play 1 gold and 1 silver gadget. This is really just for either going into rank plays or for going into my platinum gadget, which is a really good card, or any of the other link monsters that I need to go into. But yeah, I only play 1 of each. These can definitely be cut out for righty and lefty driver. They are a really good alternative to go into Hauka Firebacks and do slightly different plays. But anyway, yeah, these are really good cards to play. Then I play a Symphonic Engine. So this deck is quite reliant on normal summons, and so it is nice to have that kind of ability to get free normal summon off it, and also doesn't mind discarding too much. Another thing about this deck is, as you can probably tell by looking at my build, is an ABC deck, but I heavily rely on Cyber Dragon Infinity as well. It is a really strong card and very easy to go into in this deck. It just fits the deck very well. So that's kind of like the secondary game plan of my deck. It's try and get your ABC. If you can't get him, you're going to want to go into your Cyber Dragon as quickly as possible because he's going to just protect you from a lot of threats. Moving on from that, we then play 2 Union Driver, again facilitating those Cyber Dragon plays, and also because this is another functional searcher. Essentially, having this plus the field spell is a very easy way into your ABC Dragon spell, which is ABC Dragon Buster, which is very nice. Then we move on to Galaxy Soldier. Again, we don't mind discarding too much, and then on top of that, this also searches the other Galaxy Soldier for a very easy summon of Infinity. Then I play 3 Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon is such a good card this format, in my opinion, especially going second, because it completely outs Appaloosa. Anyone that puts up an Appaloosa board is going to get destroyed by Cyber Dragon because it's almost always going to be in the EMZ. And there are other threats as well that might go in there. Sometimes they're going to put their Zexal there. There's going to be lots of cards that are going to be there. And so Cyber Dragon just outs these threats really easily, and it's a big body, and it goes into your Infinity, which is great. So yeah, Cyber Dragon is a really good card. And I would probably play Cyber Emergency as well if I had the room, but I'd rather have the Avarices, which I will explain why I have them later. Then we play your 3 Ash Blossoms because we are going second deck. It's the best hand trap, though Ghost Ogre does give it a run for its money in this format. Moving on to our spells, so we play 2 Lightning Storm, dealing with back row mainly. Then we're going to be playing our 2 Pot of Avarice. Pot of Avarice is a really good card for this deck because firstly it allows us to recycle our ABC Dragon Buster. Because we only have 1, it's definitely a good card, and also because it allows us to recycle our Cyber Dragon Infinities and stuff, and it's just very easy to load up your graveyard with monsters in this deck. So yeah, I really like Pot of Avarice for this deck. Moving on, we play Terraforming to get into our Union Hanger, which is a very good field spell for us. Monster Reborn because it's good. And then 3 Malefactor's Command. So this is a new card. I think it came out on Arbor Eternity called Rise of the Duelist, and essentially allows you to attach a machine union monster from your hand or deck to a machine monster you control. You can't special summon that monster this turn, but that doesn't even matter. This card is insane. This basically gets you whatever other dragon that you're missing, whatever other ABC monster that you're missing, which is lovely. Again, this plus field spell is full combo, which is lovely. We really like Malefactor's Command, and I definitely would recommend playing this at 3. This, I think, is the main reason why this deck is kind of viable again, because it just does so much. And it really allows for those 1.5 card combos, which is great. We then play 3 Union Hunger, best field spell. We love this. I mean, you activate Union Hunger, you're in a good position because it's obviously going to search any of your Union monsters. And then on top of that, it also means you can search another from the deck if you normal special summon one of your Union monsters. Play 2 Mystic Mind because it's busted. I mean, look, if you activate Mystic Mind this format, so many decks just have to scoop because they don't run out. So we even had someone top with a Mystic Mind profile just not too far ago, which is, I mean, Mystic Mind's busted, guys. It's a busted card. You need to be playing it if you're going second. 2 Imperm because it's a good card. Again, I'm going to deal with your S0 and all of those kind of cards. And then one Union Scramble. I like Union Scramble because it is a nice kind of recycling kind of card that does a lot of jobs for you. And it also adds cards to your hand, which is always going to be useful as well. Moving on from that, let's go on to our extra deck. So we play one Clara and Rishka, the Ventrilo duo. This card is nowhere near as good as it used to be for ABCs. Before, it was an amazing card for ABCs that if you needed this to basically play the game. You need your main phase 2 and you need your Clara and Rushka. Now it's less important because we have things like Armorage, but I still do play this over Armorage just because obviously these aren't below 1,000 attack, so it's a feasible version of Clara and Rushka to send the card to the graveyard very easily, but it's nice just for activating your ABC effects. We play Gravity Controller just for outing Avramax and things like that. IP Masquerena, very easy to go into in this deck, and it's going to do a lot. That's usually what you're going to link into with your Clara and Rushka. Play Platinum Gadget, again another really strong card. It's going to summon another machine monster from your deck, and also facilitates very easy rank plays as well. Cleefort Genius, another great card. This is quite unique as well because especially against decks like Eldritch, this is surprisingly difficult for them to deal with, and you can negate cards in their field very easily with it, which is wonderful. Moving on, we have Galaxy Eyes, Soul Flare, Dragon. So this card is interesting. Originally I used to play this with so I used to play Photon Thrasher in this deck as well, which made this card even better. But I think even without Photon Thrasher, it is a really nice card to have just as a link to go into to climb upwards. It's a nice card. You can replace this with things like Hippo Shinnigan and stuff, but I do like Soulflare Dragon. We have Nightmare Unicorn to go into with Masquerena, Appaloosa, Access Code Talker, standard link 4s that we want to have in our deck. And we have a bunch of rank 4s that we play. So we have Dweller. Dweller is going to shut down so many decks this format, so we definitely want to have Dweller, and it's very easy to go into in this deck. Bujinte Tsukiyomi, another really good card. It's going to basically get you 2 new cards, which is lovely, and then on top of that, it's also going to send a bunch of cards in your hand to the graveyard. We like having cards in the graveyard in this deck. We have our Cyber Dragons because they are good, and because, I mean, yeah, Infinity, I mean, it negates everything. It steals cards, negates everything. It's such a strong card to have. ABC Dragon Buster, the boss monster of this deck. When you get him on the field, it's so nice, and he's just hard to deal with because your opponent a lot of times will chain something to destroy this, and then you're just going to chain this effect and get him off the field, and then you're going to recycle him with your Avarice or whatever. So ABC Dragon Buster, really good card in this deck, and when it comes back to free, this deck will be a lot stronger. And 1 Mega Fleet Dragon for outing things in an extra monster zone with your Cyber Dragons. Moving on from that, we have our extra deck. So we play 3 Solemn Judgment, 3 Solemn Strike, 2 Solemn Strike. This is for going first. So when I'm going first, I'll side out. Going second cards, I'll put in those instead. And then evenly matched. We don't care too much about battle phase. This deck is more about gaining advantage slowly and grinding your opponent out. So we don't mind too much losing our battle phase, which is why we can play evenly matched. I also have the 1 Dark Ruler for the same reason. It's just that I value evenly matched more than I do Dark Ruler. Twin Sisters for dealing with back row as well. And Nibiru because it covers a lot of rogue and meta decks at the moment. Nibiru is a really good card type. So guys, that is my ABC deck profile. This is definitely a good one to try out. Even with your ABC Dragon Buster 1, it is still a really strong and fun deck to play, so definitely give it a try. If you've enjoyed this, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I will talk to you all soon. Peace.